And we return to Book 21 of Homer's epic poem, the Iliad, where Achilles fights the river. Now, if you're just stumbling across this video for the first time, or have yet to catch up to this point, down in the description below is a link to a playlist where you can listen to the entire Iliad as it is being recorded. But if you have caught up, then without further ado and no more stalling for time, we begin with Book 21, where Achilles' pursuit of Hector over the battlefield is currently continuing, and it places us directly in the middle of the Trojan army that has been pushed back waist deep into the river Xanthus. And it is here that the story focuses in upon one soldier, Priam's son Lycon, who, having just returned to his father's arms in Troy a scant 12 days ago from enslavement, a fate that Achilles had bound him into earlier into the war. Half drowning in the river and half scared for his life, he throws his arms around Achilles' legs and begs for mercy. But unlike before, Achilles, in all his rage, states that no quarter shall be given to any Trojan until he butchers his way into sacred Troy. Upon hearing this, Lycon resigns himself to his fate, as Achilles guts the man, killing him there and then in the river. Achilles does, however, despite these words to Lycon and his murder of him, he does capture 12 Trojans here, but not for enslavement, not to keep them alive later, but to use them as human sacrifices for Patroclus' funeral. And in the middle of his rage, Achilles is slaughtering so many Trojans that the river begins to bloat and clog with so many corpses that they have now clogged up the river, angering the god of the river. The river god comes out and pleads with Achilles to cease his rampage within its rivers and move back to the shores. But it falls on deaf ears as Achilles kills the river's own son in his waters before attacking Xanthus. Xanthus, not too happy about a mortal striking at him, or the murder of his son. He tries to drown Achilles and crush him in waves of whirlpools and floods. Now, Achilles may be the fastest man alive, but he is still a man, and thus no match for a god, regardless of how minor in the pantheon they may be. Despite this, though, Achilles still manages to hold on and hold his own, narrowly avoiding death several times by the skin of his teeth. He is only able to stop the river from killing him by praying to Zeus in the middle of the fight. And Hera then quells the river's anger by telling Hephaestus not to interfere within the fate of Troy. And this is where the gods begin to engage each other. Athena knocks Ares out, wounds Aphrodite as she tries to aid Ares, while Hera utterly humiliates Artemis by beating her with her own hunting equipment, sending her home crying by Zeus's feet. Poseidon challenges Apollo, who capitulates back to Troy. And with the battle quickly spiraling out of control, Priam flings open the gates to Troy as the Trojan army has broken and erupted into an unrecoverable rout. Apollo, seeing Achilles rushing towards the fleeing Trojans, decides to distract Achilles to protect the city in its vulnerable state. He inspires Agenor to fight Achilles, but when Achilles strikes back, Apollo disguises himself as Agenor and lures him away from the battle until the last remaining Trojan has fled into the city's shelter. And with that, Book 21 comes to a bloodthirsty end. And if you're enjoying this video, don't hesitate to give it a like and give me a comment on what I can do to improve. And if you would like a copy of the Iliad, you can pick up one using the Amazon affiliate links in the description below that also has the Odyssey included as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care, everyone.